numbers and quality, you feel like you did that?
Yeah, we're real happy with obviously second round, and obviously with Zucker still being there, we used 2 picks to move up and get him as well. So Larson we're extremely high on. Great combination of speed, grit. He had one of the top scorers in the World Championships, and so we're excited to get him as well. And Bulmer is a big, strong kid that really had a strong second half and just got better and better every game. So our scouts are really high on him. Brings an edge. He's got a little nastiness to him. So all 3 of those kids are very competitive. So
was Bulmer kind of your sneak pick? I mean, he wasn't rated very high.
Well, I don't think in some. It depends where you look. If you talk to NHL people, there's a lot of people chasing him late. Obviously, he had came from played midget hockey last year, then stepped in, kind of took a part of the year to find his way in the Western League, and then he was very good down the stretch and in the playoffs.
So this is something none of these guys really, except maybe your number 1 pick. They're all prospects for 2 or 3 years down the road, right?
Yeah, realistically. Yeah.
Larson, I was talking to one scout that said that he might have been the best player in the entire tournament.
Yeah.
What happened? What changed in that tournament? What did he show?
That was my second time seeing him, and he was playing center there with Rensfeld, and just his competitiveness. He has really good speed, and he's a strong kid. He's a thick kid, so he goes to the net. He gets the pucks first. He doesn't back down from situations, and he has the ability to make plays and shoot the puck. So, for him, he just put up numbers, and obviously took his, he along with a couple other guys took his team right to the gold medal game against the U.S. and competed well there too.
To get 4 guys in the first 2 rounds, Ryan sent out a note tonight that you guys had 4 in the last 3 total.
Yeah.
In the first 2 rounds. I mean.
I wasn't here, but obviously you're fortunate to have those picks. We try to make the most of them, and hopefully they pan out. All those 3 kids have character, which is important for our scouts. They each bring their own element as far as skill and their own package, but I think we're excited to have all 3.
What kind of goalie is Gustafson?
Gustafson's a big athletic goalie. He's 6'2". He's got good feet. Obviously, took his team, led Team Sweden to the gold medal game. They lost to the U.S., but he's obviously got some work technically with coaching and experience. We're excited to get him where we got him. I haven't seen him play personally, but obviously our scouts know him. He's a real energy kid, plays hard. He can skate, gets up and down the ice, and our guys think he has some offensive upside as well. Zucker, the more you watch him play, the more you get excited about him. When you meet him, he's an unbelievable kid. He's got great speed. He really puts pressure on opposing defensemen. He's a hard kid not to like. He has speed, he has character, energy, and he can really shoot the puck off the wing as well.
He was the youngest player on their World Junior team too. Does that mean that you feel like he's still got room to grow to?
Absolutely. Obviously he was excited to make that team. He accepted a role and actually played more and more down the stretch in that tournament, which is primarily a 19-year-old tournament. So, that speaks for itself.
It seems like if there's a theme in this draft, you're drafting character guys right down the line. There was more than just skill and size. It seemed like you want guys.
And obviously, we want the biggest, strongest, fastest, most skilled guy with character. But at certain times, if a kid has character and a kid has hockey sense, and it gives him a good chance to find a way to play. But when all those guys have a number of characteristics that our guys found valuable, and obviously we're very happy to take them.
So can you talk about just the kind of improvement of U.S. hockey since you've been a scout? I mean, it just seems like record numbers last 2-3 drafts, 21 guys.
Well, I think it's part of hockey evolving in the U.S. You look at all these kids from California that are being drafted, and obviously they play their minor hockey here and go to the U.S. program or British Columbia Junior League or USHL, and they're producing hockey players. So it's not just Michigan, Minnesota, and New England anymore. They're coming from other places. So Zucker's born in Las Vegas. So he went to California as a young kid. And it's an interesting story. He moved away from home when he was 10. So, but no, it just tells you there's a kid drafted from Florida this year. But I think it says a lot about the game moving into the U.S. So.
Well, and also, I mean, is it expansion? I mean, you worked in Anaheim and Florida, so you've seen. It seems like now that generation of kid, you see all these California kids. Now
Yeah, it's great to see, and these kids are talented. They're, they're obviously getting coaching at a young level, and they just keep getting better and better. And most of the kids go on to the college game, and they've found ways to have success. So it's great.
Let me ask you a general question. You came to Los Angeles obviously hoping to upgrade the team with maybe a move or two. Is that just something that you still are working on? Because it doesn't look like you really added anything immediate.
No, we worked the phones like everybody else, and there really wasn't much going on from any teams as you saw there. So it was a very quiet draft as far as major trades and transactions. So, but teams are still talking. I think up until July 1 to maybe shift their rosters around and prepare for free agency. So.
Is this a product of the cap right now? Or teams
I think so. I think it's part of it.
Accelerated free agency. I mean, teams don't want to. It's important to cherish these young kids.
Yeah. No, but I think the cap, obviously, teams are very hesitant to take on contracts or higher contracts, and just limits your freedom to do other things later. So I think that's part of it. But for whatever reason, teams are kind of waiting to see what happens here, I think.
Does this force your team's hand with some of your free agents that you might have to go back and look at maybe signing somebody like an Owen Nolan or Derek Bugard?
I think that's pretty early to say. So we got some time, and obviously our pro guys are here. We've met, so we've got it covered. We'll see what happens here in the next few days.